Hey
Alright.
guys, how's it going? It's Keel,
Yeah.
Basiago, got Hash here.
Hey, welcome everybody. Let's get this show on the road. We both started talking about the same time. Good job, Keel. Off to a great start.
I got really good timing.
Good. This is your seed, man. So let's have you introduce it.
Yeah, so what we got here today is the week 1 and 2 battle royale flags. Yeah, you can go and see those on the site. Um, and there's one little twist that has a little bit of custom work that I've been doing. So there's three major changes I would say. The first one is sprint shoes are no longer available in the game elsewhere, like no longer in shops, no longer in chests. Um, when you equip sprint shoes, if you hold down the B button, it will move you at twice the normal sprint speed. So you basically just move twice as fast if you're holding down B. And then the third change is in this particular seed, we added a new objective result of sprint shoes. So if you kill 3 dragons, then you will get 3 pairs of sprint shoes, one for each of your teams in Kefka's tower. That's
Can
pretty
you
much
find
it.
them in shops then?
No, you can't.
So the only places to get them is through those dragons.
Yep.
Very cool.
At least that I am aware of.
Maybe they're in the Coliseum or something that we didn't plan for.
Very possible.
All right. Well, most
But yeah.
likely that's where our runners will be getting them from. And as
Yep.
you were telling me earlier, you can actually save quite a bit of time from that. So, I mean, who doesn't want to kill the dragons for the experience anyway? I think there's pretty good chances we'll see some runners go for those.
Yep. I've only ran this with unscaled dragons so far. In this, we have scaled dragons, so I'd expect them to get these sprint shoes very, 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 very soon into the seed.
Yeah,
I would
interesting.
imagine most people just actually gun for them.
It depends. It depends on how comfortable they are with them. I don't think any of these racers that you know of tried out one of your flags that has this.
Um, I believe Green Monkey has. He'd
Okay.
probably be the only one so far.
All right. So we'll definitely watch him to see if he's the only one without a stream up though. So see how much
Doesn't
he.
was able to play with it briefly, but we didn't use it very long in the seed that we were playing.
Okay. Just for Kefka's tower or something. Get it late.
Yeah, something like that.
Gotcha. Cool. So
Pretty
yeah, let's
much.
introduce everybody. I guess we got the Schwantz, Green Monkey, Jexbrock, and Doesn't He? All very good racers. So this will be a really interesting seed. They're all very familiar with with the battle royale flags. I think all of them have already posted their times. No spoilers, but one of these people is actually in the lead, I believe. So has the best time posted.
Yep, really looking forward to this. I'd say any of these four could take a game off of me or you or any of the other on any given day. So,
Absolutely. Yep.
in for a good show. So yeah,
Hey.
some things to kind of look out for in this seed are just mostly routing. So you, knowing that you're going to get the sprint shoes, you wouldn't. Let's say if you had a Mog start, right? You can go up. Or let's say Mog Terra, the dream, right, for Kefka at Narsh.
Yep.
You wouldn't want to do that even if you had all 3 checks there because you know that you're going to get the sprint shoes early. That's a bit of an extreme example, but you're going to want to save those checks where you're going to be doing a lot of running. You know, maybe Edgar Ancient Castle or something like that, and then you wouldn't want to do those necessarily because you know you'll be able to run twice as fast later in the seed.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Things I haven't thought of. I don't know how much I would pay attention to those sprint shoes, so I'm very interested to see how much of an impact they have on the game and people's decision making. So
I
I
think
would
you'd be
probably
very
run my own
surprised.
thing, but I would still prioritize those early dragons. I usually do anyway when they're unscaled.
Yep.
And this one, they do gain 10 levels for the first 2 dragons that you kill. So the first one will be rather easy. Second one gets 10 levels, and then the third will have plus 20 levels. So they do get harder, but in my experience, it's not the 10 levels isn't enough to to be a deterrence to really slow you down from going for those dragons.
Yeah, so the dragons start at such a high level that 10 levels doesn't really make too much of a difference in their HP and their damage and whatnot. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, so if it was something more like 15, that might actually start to make a difference once you get plus 30. But up until then, it's probably not going to be very noticeable.
Agreed. Yeah,
And
other interesting things with the flags. So if you're unfamiliar with them, it's just a 6-9 requirement, 6 characters. We start with 3, 9 espers. However, if you complete those and then either get 9 characters or 12 espers, then you get the Kefka Tower skip, where you get to go right to the statues. So I've played this seed before where I could not find espers and went to a lot of checks that had characters, but I just ended up getting 9 characters, and I was still able to finish in about 90 minutes, which is a good time for this flag set. So I like how that plays out in this. It seems to be pretty fair for everybody.
yeah, only
Um,
time you'll ever really get it is if you're, you know, having a little bit of bad luck when it comes to checks. And
exactly. But then if you do get bad luck, you're not just out of the race,
yep, exactly. Yeah,
which I think is a really cool way of doing it.
before the skip, it would honestly feel pretty daunting at times if you started to fall behind like that with a lot of dead checks. Um,
Hmm.
but knowing that you can actually have a comeback, I had a couple of really, really close races due to that. And it feels really good. It feels like you actually have a fighting chance. I love it. I love it.
Me too. I think it's fantastic. So let's see what else is interesting. There's no YNPC removed, so we don't need to explain that. With the objectives we have that came out with 1.0, there's all kinds of things we can or cannot do that were not available to us before. One of those now is setting the Zozo clock, which has been randomized. I'll be interested to see. I don't really go for this in my runs of the flag set, which maybe I'm falling behind because of it. But you can set the Zozo clock by talking to all the NPCs who are lying to you, and then figure out what the time should be. You go ahead and set that, and you'll get a full Dragoon set. A Dragoon set is Dragoon boots, Dragon horn, and then a top tier spear, which can either be the Aura Lance, the Pearl Lance, or I forget which the third one is. Do you remember which one that is, Gil?
Partisan?
Is it the Partisan? I can't ever remember.
All I
There's
know,
3 decent lances, so
all I know is that you'd find me doing a million different things before you see me touching that Zozo clock.
same here. The first seed that I had to do that clock, I went and typed in 61050, and then I typed it in again because I was like, "There's no way." I had no idea that they had made that.
Feels bad
Yeah, it does feel bad.
for someone with limited
So,
brain capacity like me.
but a full Dragoon set is really good. So, I mean, especially if you already have like an R
It's
Lance, then
not
you're
bad,
guaranteed
not
to have
bad.
a good Lance. Some of these seeds, we've really struggled for offense. With a 6-9 setup, you might not be doing a whole lot of checks. That's only 3 characters, 9 espers. You could be doing as few as 12 checks.
That's true. Um, but honestly, it probably won't affect much, especially if they're going with the dragons. They'll probably be even farther ahead than most battle royale seeds by the time they get to KT.
Yeah, I haven't really struggled too much with offense in the seed, but I have on 1 or 2 of them. So it's a good strat if that's what you're lacking. You've got fixed dice or something,
Yep,
or fixed
very
dice
true.
offering, and you don't want to be throwing those. Get a quick Dragoon set. That makes that way better, in my opinion, at least.
Very true.
Oh, okay. So all the racers are up, starting in 3 seconds. Okay. So we're
Okay,
about ready to start.
excellent. Good luck to the runners. And
Yeah, good
good
luck.
luck to Brianna, our tracker tonight. Or not
Oh,
Brianna,
tracker
sorry,
and
Ceiling
restreamer?
Cat.
Oh, ceiling cat.
No,
Okay.
Ceiling Cat, yeah. Shouts to Ceiling Cat for doing the tracking tonight because it's going to get hectic once they get those sprint shoes. And shout outs to
Hello.
Brianna for restreaming tonight. Thank you very much.
Lock, Mog, and Realm. I saw Sword Tech.
Yep, Sword Tech Realm and Rage Mog.
Sword Tech Realm is one of my favorite combinations. I mean, she
Really?
doesn't have the vigor But getting Sword Tech 6 for that quick AoE damage, I think is
I
pretty
actually think
awesome.
she started with a respectable vigor in this
Oh,
seed.
because it is 100 to 125% stats, so she could even have
Yep.
decent vigor. Oh, finding a fixed dice already too. Fixed dice, not everybody's favorite weapon.
No,
I like them a lot. I feel
I'm a
like
big fan.
the average damage is really
Ooh,
good.
over
Oh,
in
and there's an
locks we got an
offering or
offering.
thunder shield. So
There it
Schwanz,
is.
instead of going to the chest room first, so he chooses a thunder shield. I would definitely grab a an offering with fixed dice early. I mean, again,
Yep.
it's slow.
Not even
Maybe not the
necessarily for
best strat
the fixed dice strat. It's just, it's an investment.
for sure, but
That
having that this early,
Yep, it
I mean,
also
you could
helps. It
take
helps a
any
lot with
boss
some early fights. Yeah,
or dragon.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
So I
there's
definitely
green
would go
money
with offering fixed dice,
taking that offering.
and then hopefully get something else later. So
The Thunder Shield is a bit of an investment, but it's also a
and you
consumable
and you
in
have
some
realm,
cases.
so the thunder shield could teach her the bolt too. That I mean, many bosses are weak to bolt too, and with her high magic power, that will be doing a lot of damage and good mob clear
Yeah,
too.
there we go.
So,
Jack's taking the Thunder Shield.
but there
The
are
way
eye
I've seen
shields
it,
in the shop here too.
yep, there were about 40,000, I believe.
Yeah,
To
usually.
circle back
Oh.
to the conversation, all I can say is at the end of a seed, I've never said, "Darn, I wish I had a Thunder Shield."
That's true. Absolutely. I mean, it's nice to pop it on Kefka, right? But
Mhm.
no, I definitely would agree with you. And of the elemental shields, it's probably my least favorite. I think I find more use out of flame shields or ice shields,
Fair.
particularly flame for Merton strats, but that's also very situational. And the Schwantz took a reset there. Do we know why? Was it to get the offering instead of the thunder shield?
I think it might have been.
That would
I've done
be
that before. I've like made the wrong choice or what I saw as the wrong choice and just sat there for 10 seconds and reset.
just take the reset. It'll
Yeah.
be overall faster. You know it will, as painful as it is. It's a good idea. So, or it could be.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Let's see what he grabs. Yep, offering no hesitation. That's what he did.
Good move. The Schwantz 27. This is my first time casting a 4-person race. I don't know how you guys normally do it.
What do you mean?
There's too much action. There's too much
Okay, there's
action
too much
going
going
on.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't follow everything. So you try to just blur your vision a little bit so you see them all at once. No, that's not what I do.
Cross your
I
eyes.
yeah, exactly. I focus in on one person too long and miss things. But luckily we've got chat here to help us out if I see anything interesting.
True. I'm not
So
seeing too much outside of those fixed dice in the offering. Got a cat hood over in a
cat
South
hood,
Fig
yeah.
for doesn't. Yeah.
I just saw that too. So
Yeah, the ice
decent
shields are
stuff from the
40k.
shops. It's a high randomness percentage. There's an enhancer too in that weapons shop too. I might buy that if realm magic power is what we're going for. But there's still a lot of looting to do before you have to start buying any kind of offense, especially since your offense is already kind of handled this early with the
Oh
fixed
yeah.
dice.
Yep.
So,
Got
oh, and finding a
Minerva over in the
Minerva in that
clock.
clock
Yeah, it's
too. That is
real
the place
good.
to go apparently. That World
Yeah.
of Ruins, South Figaro?
Maybe. No, probably not.
Okay, I didn't see which one. Looks like that's where Green Monkey is. So yeah, and it's different shops. So that's World of Balance. Pretty standard start for most seeds, unless you start with like Terra, I guess, or maybe if you start with oh, what Setzer is
Yeah.
to grab all the loot out of Narsh and then go grab all the loot out of
Mm-hmm.
South Figaro.
Yeah. There's a few different openers. That's probably the most standard.
Yeah, I
Been
think they
around
would probably
for
be most.
forever since I started playing.
Just the super high chest density. Occasionally I'll mix it up just to be more different, I guess, and get the loot out of Albrook, which the Schwantz is going to right now, as well
Yeah.
as the Masa, because there's quite a few chests in those two towns as well.
Got an aloe vera for Jack's rocking the monster in a box and Narsh.
And he has
Throw a
Revivify,
Revivify at
so
him. Yeah, get some
super
money.
quick. Yeah, sell the Tiger Fangs for
Yep.
and a couple thousand gold.
Pretty penny.
Doesn't with his strategy. I've never been too fond of this one, taking off the Moogle Charm while you go through the basement in South Figaro, taking a couple mobs just to get higher levels. You do have Shock for some quick mob clear, so it'll be
I
some quick
just
experience and maybe teach him if he got an elemental shield, teach those spells.
I'm a big fan of the early fights, particularly if you don't have any access to free progression, because typically you can like boost up levels and then take fights. But if it's not going to go up, then it doesn't matter too much as long as you have a decent-ish offense. And it looks like he's cleaning up pretty well. I think Mog was using Retainer Rage, which is Shock, which is kind of broken early. So, but he's not
Absolutely.
using Shock, which is unfortunate.
He did once, I saw, but yeah, not every time. That's why I don't like rages. They just end up punching most of the time. So I know some of them are good, but my luck with the rages is usually not. Junk, however, is a good fight for experience. So let's just hope they don't
Is
blow
it?
up on
Okay.
him.
It'd only be blowing up 2 at this point. Oh, pep up, you love to see it. Here comes
But
that
looks like
shock.
he's gonna take it out, so that's good.
Is that 2,000 XP? It's about as much as you can ask for.
At this level, that's quite a bit.
Got a
So
dragon horn and the pot and where is this? I can't remember the
returners,
name. Albrook.
or is it Albrook?
For
Okay,
yeah, for Green Monkey.
okay, yeah, he's an Albrook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of going there. There's what 5 or 6 chests, so
Yeah. And he has a pretty good team for a jumper. That lock has a lot of vigor. It's like 50 vigor. Or, oh, he even has fixed dice. Duh. Yeah. That'd be a perfect opener if he could get some boots.
yeah, or a Valiant
Oh,
Knife
an
on
offering.
block.
Did you just see that? Green Monkey just got an offering, by golly.
Well, now he's gonna reset and go get the Thunder Shield. You don't need 2 of them.
Yeah, that's right. It's not like offering sells for 40,000 or something.
Yeah,
32.
right.
Oh,
It's
another
definitely good
dragon
to have.
horn. We are
So, like
sitting
I
in a
said,
post-dragon world.
sometimes these seeds lack for offense. Other times, they just give you everything you need. So, I would just
This
need
is
him
one of
to start
those.
grabbing some more Valiant Knives, and
Yeah, this is one of the good ones. Ooh, is the Schwantz doing Phoenix Cave?
he's doing Phoenix Cave already. It's a check I
Okay.
would probably hold off on doing because, I mean, in the seed where dragons are easy to kill, with a fixed dice offering, he could still kill this dragon rather easily. So maybe that he is planning on fighting it.
Yep, threw the wall
But
ring on. I would be surprised if the Schwantz didn't at least try once or twice this dragon.
yeah, and he hasn't taken any fights, so he'll be fighting it at level 3. But I mean, so will the dragon, right? Let's see.
Yeah, as long as he hasn't got any
3-0.
progression, which he hasn't.
Mm-mm.
That Zen Esper
Oh,
was about 60,000, and it was also a dead check, so I'd be very surprised if anyone got that this game.
yeah, Phoenix Cave, kind of a longer check, but full of chests. So, I mean, it's an interesting opening strat. It's not one I've employed very many times, but you can definitely see why someone would do it, with the especially with the dragons being scaled, and they'll be able to take that early dragon fight for some early experience. Ignore the need to go kill those other mobs.
Oh, we got Tap Dancer cover it in the Green Monkey fight.
That is a
Very,
terrible fight.
yeah, I was
to
gonna
find.
say
Is
that'd
he
be a
smoke
very
bombing? Okay,
bold
good.
if you try and defeat them. Very
Right, that
bold.
your keyword bold there. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and doesn't finding earrings in the shop too. Earrings are a fantastic way of increasing your power for just a little bit of gold. That and the Magus hats are just very efficient with your damage per cost.
So yeah, this is pretty interesting. A lot of people taking very, very different paths.
Yeah, which is what
Very
you
open
like to
sea.
see, but not on Green Monkey's screen. Oh, taking a
Oh,
couple fights and getting a fireball, wiping his whole party.
that is it's a
That is
screen you don't like to
unfortunate.
see.
Hopefully he saved soon or recently. and doesn't have to just start over. Sometimes an early death, you fly into the World of Ruin or something to go check a World of Ruin shop, and you run into Doomgaze encounter and just die and never have saved because all you've been doing is looting. Oh, those are the worst.
He doesn't finally going for that Narsh weapon shop. Gonna find that offering.
And did he already find one? So we'll see if he takes the offering. I don't
I'm
think
not
so,
sure
right?
if he did. I don't think he has.
Yeah, he went with the offering.
The surety of that decision would tell us no. He did not get an offering.
Right. With the speed in which he made that decision.
Uh-huh.
It would actually. Oh, Brontor's on the Schwanz's screen, so that's a good
Ooh.
rage to learn. It casts Fire
Not
3.
quite pulling out the damage that
But
he
no
needs
doing
to
any
kill these.
damage,
Those are
so yeah, he's
scary.
out. Is he fighting there because he took off his Moogle Charm to fight the dragon with full relics and accidentally ran into them?
I think he might just be trying to
Thank you.
level.
Before fighting it? Oh yeah, he's nowhere near the dragon, so maybe.
That's not true. I think he's right near it. He just has to unlock the switch. It would be good.
Right, but he's not where you
Oh,
would
he
just
didn't have
take
the
off your
fixed
Moogle Charm
dice.
just to fight it.
Okay.
He had him
That's
on
why.
Realm, forgot that they were
Yeah.
on Realm instead. So he was attacking with like
Boy.
an aura or something, some weak sword for no damage.
Lock, become death. And chuck them dice.
Shock doing 265, not the most damage. Looking
And
like
these
more
fixed
now
dice
after seeing
trying
those
to break
fixed dice.
records.
Yeah,
They're trying to hit 1.
yeah. See if they can get 112 every time.
Uh-huh.
So Hefe in the chat thinks everybody's trying to do a quick dragon route, right? Doing first Phoenix Cave, straight to Opera House, straight to Denarsh Dragon. So
Oh,
very
interesting. Doesn't
possibly.
is going for the Kefka and Narsh Moogle check, which I wouldn't have expected with the sprint she's on the table.
Yeah. With the 3 characters, I mean, it's a pretty good check. You can already do Kefka Narsh with 2 characters. And Mog's check is a free check, so.
Yep.
I often get burned by avoiding Kefka Narsh as long as possible and finding out we're gated there, you know, an hour in. After doing 20 other checks.
Yep. Can't knock it. No character there. So see what we get.
In neither spot, so.
Yeah, unfortunate.
A little disappointing for sure.
The Swans leaning into this dragon fight here.
Oh, and he
Gonna
goes
need
for the
some
dude
good
instead of the
rolls.
Illumina. Let's hope it's not a Genji helmet. The lone wolf running off with his Illumina.
Got a Magicite.
Okay, good. At least he got a Magicite. That
Good
would be
old
terribly frustrating if you got something less than an Illumina there. And still no progression.
Oh, we got an Ice Dragon. That's one you want to see. It's one of the easier dragons. Probably
Especially
poses
if
the least threats.
Yeah, I didn't see which. Oh, he's doing the shock again, so.
Very susceptible to like status effects, so I don't think he'll need it here with the dice.
No, that dragon will have very few hit points, so it's probably already dead. With that good
Here
roll.
comes Jax doing a dance with the dragon.
Yeah, what is
For
he doing?
every action, a reaction. He's trying to sneak by to grab that sleeping bag in the chest.
Okay, so
He
he's
said,
not
maybe
intending to
later.
fight the dragon. Okay.
That would be interesting. With the emphasis on the sprint shoes, I would expect it, but maybe not.
And Green Monkey using Doom Dragon to freeze the Pearl Dragon.
Very smart. Kind of like Mute.
Yeah, kind of like casting Mute on him, so use what you got.
Going for round 2 with the dragon? Nope.
It's one
Not
chest.
today.
Yeah, not worth it, so.
Unfortunate, he could probably take it given that it's an ice dragon. Obviously,
Yeah.
he doesn't know that, but... And there's
not too many dragons are that scary at this point.
Strago. Lies within the cave. And as we roll our eyes, we saunter out of the cave.
Capture and terrible stats. So
Yes.
wonderful. Everybody that's going there
My
will be very
man,
excited to see
Strago. Everybody.
Oh, shoot. We'll see how many people pick him up and put him on so far.
Now, did everyone get the dice in the seed?
I think everyone did go to that Narsh chest room, which
Okay.
is where they were. I think early in the
I would
race,
expect
everybody
so.
went there.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, yep. Doesn't he got him? He did mod. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's one of those not very big fans of fixed dice. So, see how much he relies on those, how much he uses them.
Has the highest ceiling in the early game.
Oh yeah. I definitely think it's worth it this early for the damage, so.
I'm not sure I could convince myself to offering fixed dice.
See, I can't just throw the fixed dice one time, because then you don't have. I mean, with 4, one of the rolls, almost guaranteed, is gonna be good, and it's gonna be good damage every time you fight. But with every turn, you're just throwing one pair of dice. I mean,
But it's
then the
going where you
one
want
bad
it
rolls
to.
feel really bad.
It's fair.
Since they're so random, you need as many chances as possible to equal out that randomness.
Shoutouts to Doom Dragon Rage. Completely freezing the Air Force. You can do nothing but die a slow
Force,
death.
not the hardest boss, but can be rather difficult. In this location, at this low level, with 3 characters, I really don't think that's actually a hard fight. But when you find him when you only have 2 characters at like Kefka statue, then he can be a really difficult fight.
100%.
You'll
This is
use
like
delta hits and stone your people, or shrapnel for crazy
mm-hmm.
amounts of damage. Yeah,
Yep.
can
Just never
definitely
see
be
it
a hard
coming.
fight.
And it's all over.
The Schwant's doing some of my favorite. I like Realms checks. I feel like they're quite fast. So
Yeah.
this one has a couple of mob fights too, if you want to raise a few levels before.
There's even a few
Just
optional
2,
ones.
but
Sometimes if I'm in a very difficult seed and I'm not quite outscaling to where I want, I'll probably take a few extra grind fights in here if the fight in the chest is good. Since you have 5 optional chest fights, it's kind of like doing Leet River in its own way, weird,
yeah.
demented way.
Or they're optional though, like Leap, where
Yeah.
you're only optional if you have smoke bombs. So.
Yeah.
Bismarck was a Magicite that doesn't he just picked up, and it has magic power +2, and he put that on Realm. So
That's a
Realm
lovely
will be,
pickup.
yeah, Realm will be quite the powerhouse by the end of this seed for sure. Doing Sword Tech 6, probably hitting everything for 4, 5, 6,000 damage unless he
And
gets
I
better
believe
spells.
Shadow was in South Figaro Cave, if I recall. What I saw.
Is that where Dozen
No.
picked him up?
Yeah, I believe so. No one else has done that yet. So I'd expect most others to eventually. Everyone else doing Phoenix Cave, which I'm kind of surprised
I
about.
am, yeah, I'm very surprised about that. That is not the first check I would have gone to, so it makes sense since it's progression and a dragon, but then again, not all of our runners are even fighting the dragon, so.
Very true. You got
Which
Gauntlet in
is,
one of those chests, which is probably one of my favorite accessories in the game.
which one?
I'm a big
The
fan of that
gauntlet?
one. Gauntlet, yeah.
Oh yeah. And we know where an Illumina is. I mean,
Oh, true.
the Gauntlet
Yep.
Illumina is a very powerful combination. Maybe not early in the seed, but later in the seed, your character will likely be doing quad 9s with that, so.
How
As
many
long as that
checks
piece is
of those
bigger.
do we have available right now? It's just Stragos, right?
Oh, right, so I was thinking the Illumina that they could have grabbed instead of Lone Wolf, instead of grabbing
Ah,
Ifrit.
right, yeah. Okay. I
There's
see what you
one,
mean.
and then yeah, like you said, there's also an Illumina available for doing 3 checks that aren't anybody's favorite checks. There's the Fanatic's Tower, which for everybody that's going to Phoenix Cave, that's available. Leet River, we don't have Terra yet. Opera House needs Celeste. Phantom Train, we need Sabin. And Phoenix Cave, which everyone's doing, which is another reason why maybe they're doing the Phoenix Cave,
Yep.
because
Makes perfect sense.
it is on track for that Illumina.
So I'm very curious, one, how many use the shoes to go up to Narsh Mountain? and find the Illumina, and then I'm also curious how many people use those sprint shoes to go find Lone Wolf after.
Oh yeah, that one is a long one for sure. Going up and down that Narsh mountain is painful, but at twice the speed, that makes that check a lot more viable.
It's so much more bearable.
Same with Fanatic's Tower. I think it's actually a good check. Like, the time it takes to do it isn't as long as it feels. It definitely feels like a long time. But
Yep.
you get a top tier item at the top of the tower. You've got a dragon on the way, and it's
I
a peekable check. So overall, I think it's a really good check.
I have a sneaking suspicion that doesn't is unaware of the sprint shoes clause on this seed.
Oh, maybe he missed the memo.
I feel like maybe someone should go post that in his chat because that's like the whole
Chat.
thing. Yeah,
Unless he
that's.
just doesn't
I would
want
say
to
that
do it.
that's outside the realms of cheating. That is just evening the playing field. Call this.
Just being aware of what you're running. Yeah, I think that's not cheating to tell people that. Oh. Yeah, feel free. Looks like maybe Brianna's helping us out with that, so. And Shadow having a natural shock. Shadow is actually
Oh
a
no, he has it in
character.
his notes. We're good. Okay, I just
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
make sure. Yeah.
Shadow has a decent magic power, not a character you would normally think of for casting magic. He's not one of the Terra Celeste realm, but he still has a pretty decent magic power, so his shock should do fairly good damage.
Shadow, yeah, he's one of those like midline casters, like Mog.
Yeah, like Mog. Both of them have stronger magic power than Strago, who you would think would be a good caster.
Yeah, Strago's just a
He's
really
just
good
he's just
slow
a
tank.
caster because he's bad at everything else. He's worse at everything else, I should say.
I don't know. He typically has gambling addictions in these seeds. Um,
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunate
Like
for this
throw
one
fixed
because
dice or
give him
something.
something to do. Yeah,
Yeah, where it doesn't matter what his stats are, it'll still be okay.
exactly. Strago had capture, right?
Yeah, just not
Ugh.
even a good command. And this
I
seed,
tremble hearing that.
a lot of the bad commands are actually taken out. A lot of them aren't even available. So that's why we see so many characters with shock or
Yeah.
throw or whatever while we're running these flags. So you've got a better chance again at having that offense. But I mean, commands like capture are still in there, so you're definitely not guaranteed to get it through
Very true.
commands. See, yep, and the Schwant's checking out his character, see who he wants to trade Strago
Goodbye,
or
Strago.
Shadow for. I'm surprised it took him as long as it did
Ooh.
to decide to get rid of Strago. So
Doesn't finding that katana soul. And it
yeah,
is
that's
doing no damage.
yet
That is
another
a free offering. Second offering for doesn't.
offering and a lot of gold. I don't know if he'll use it to go do either the auction house or the Zen Thief. They're interesting in this seed too, because the Zen Thief will add plus 10 levels to all of the bosses, which isn't too terribly bad, except for when you're up against the statues and you've only got 2 people in each location. Then having extra 10 levels of bosses can be difficult. Where if he goes to the auction, then Kefka gains 10 levels, and that will usually add a few minutes right there just of time needing to heal or more damage to Kefka, or just having to play it safer because you're a little unsure of the strategy, like the hit point increases.
With the extra bonus levels, it doesn't increase HP or anything like that. It's strictly just their damage levels.
Oh, is it just damage? Okay.
Yep.
I thought their hit points went up as well.
Yeah, I think that maybe is how it used to be, but I don't have 100% confirmation on that. But Zelfer told me that, tested it a couple of times, and HP seems to be the same.
Oh, interesting. And same with EXP. EXP, I thought, used to also increase how much experience you would get.
And very true, Brianna. Capture is pretty good if you can, with these new buff steel buffs, flags.
We had a race
Franklin.
not
Welcome.
too long ago where it was always on, so everybody was grabbing red jackets from Poltergeist and all kinds of good items
Yeah,
throughout the seed. It was really interesting.
that's really cool.
One of the few times that command's not just a throwaway command you'll never use. So
Jack's finishing up the burning house down here for a character, and that character is Gao, the wild
Cow
child.
and Worlds Collide is very hit or miss. He could start with sketch and command and be mostly
This kid's gonna
useless.
be unstoppable, trust me.
Or he can have natural jump in a seed with tons of dragon horns and decent lances, and Gao has a really high vigor and can be an amazing character.
Slot Blitz Natural Magic
And
couldn't ask for
fantastic
better things.
stats. His magic power is almost Realm's magic power. His vigor is almost as good as Umaro's.
Ooh,
Oh, and there's
Green
Green Monkey
Monkey.
cruising with those sprint shoes.
Yeah, it feels good.
Okay, that's not too terribly fast. That's not uncontrollable like I was thinking it might be.
And it's
That really would
toggleable.
just speed you up. Definitely just taking some wrong turns. Getting a little used to his new motorcycle, but
I didn't tell the racers this, it totally slipped my mind, but there's a graphical bug in Ozer's mansion in the door room. If while you're dashing around, the door effect happens, the screen can get weird.
good. We'll see if that happens then.
I think Green Monkey actually knows this, and that's why he's going here.
Oh, gotcha. It is just a good check, so.
Let's see.
Doesn't doing floating continent. He's making a lot of choices that
Darn, he didn't
I
do
wouldn't
it.
have expected. So
Doesn't? I'm surprised he didn't go for the dragons earlier, with them being scaled.
yeah, like, definitely. And it's another way of getting a ton of experience points, which is the main reason why I would go to floating
Exacto.
continent is because I was feeling like I was low on experience. Oh, fighting some Doom Dragons is another way to get some awesome experience.
This is true.
Dangerous, obviously, because they can fall
He's
in one fire
fine.
scheme you.
He's
Yeah,
fine.
he's fine. Totally fine.
Hitting him for
Shoot.
112, 316.
Better get some good rolls or Locke is in trouble. That one's dead for sure.
There's a lot of divergence this seed. We got Jax going down Serpent's Trench and doing the
Oh, and he's
belt.
gonna fight it. He's not even running away. Oh, and he kills it.
Don't be
That's gonna kill
scared.
it for
Don't be
sure.
scared of a dumb dragon.
I would be terrified.
Mm-mm.
But he's getting. That's a
You
lot
live
of
the high
experience
roll
for
life.
Locke. So
The high roll life chooses you. You don't choose it.
Oh, and Green Monkey fighting Goddess too, which can be an extremely dangerous fight. I again think the offering fixed dice is a great counter because it'll bypass her really high defense, and love token doesn't affect you if you have the offering. So a really good setup for what would normally be a difficult fight.
Very true.
Schwann's taking on the Air Force again with 4 characters at this point in the seed. An easy fight that could be dangerous otherwise. So far being the seed, I would say being fairly generous. Good offense, not terribly hard bosses.
So what's the dragon count for the other players right now? We know that Green Monkey pretty much rushed it because he's cruising.
Yeah,
Did
why isn't
Schwanz
that on
Jax or doesn't
should be
get
on our
the
tracker.
3? It's fine. I believe they might have only killed the 1.
Yeah, because Jack skipped the one at floating or at Phoenix Cave, finding tons of characters. He's already at his 6th character,
So many.
so lots of
What do you got,
lots of check
Setzer?
options.
A natural
Ooh,
jump
natural
Setzer.
jump, and we have fixed dice and dragon horns.
Love to
So,
see it.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing immediately. So
Maybe throw
Setzer,
some
one of the few
running
characters
shoes
that
on
can
him.
always equip a fixed dice. Well, they can naturally equip a fixed dice.
So much
Franklin in the
variance
chat
this
telling
seed.
us that stats aren't as important as we think they are. That's not true. They are very important. So
He's got hard numbers. His numbers make sense to me. I'm siding with Franklin. Sorry, Ash.
Everybody does, and that's fair. That's okay. You run a seed at 50% stats, and I'll run the same one at 200% stats, and we'll see.
All right,
We'll see
cool,
who
cool,
wins.
cool, cool. Sounds great. Ew, good wall rings for Schwantz here.
Oh, he says vigor, not all stats. I don't know. I've used Go-Go in seeds, and he's terrible at everything. So, with his terrible stats. Even having all the abilities, it doesn't matter. Those low stats just make him awful.
Go-Go's great. I don't know what you're talking about. I run
He's
Go-Go almost
great.
every seed that I can.
Good, do you?
Yeah. He's
I
actually
like him.
amazing. He's so versatile. He can pretty much replace any character
I like him
and play a
occasionally.
support role. You really don't need 4 full offensive characters to get through the final fight. Because,
True.
ATB bars go so fast, you can usually cycle the 3 without using the 4th character. That's typically how I've been playing it.
He has all spells and
Yeah, he can death everything that needs to be death. He can mute. He can
weight
do a
tricking.
lot, and he has the access to the extra commands.
Right. I definitely used him in my last community race because I had a X Magic Terra casting Ultima, so being able to copy that with
I saw that. That was
with
great.
Go-Go was pretty
That was really
fantastic.
good. That was the one you won, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah, that was good.
Last Saturday. So.
I was there. I was getting hypey.
That definitely makes Go-Go a very solid member of the team. So. He was doing that for free. I mean, that was even doing quad 9s to Kefka, so.
Anyways, not to derail too hard.
I still would say he's situationally good, so.
Fair.
He's not my favorite.
Yeah, Schwant's going for dragon number 3, I believe. In the Opera House?
That
Doesn't
sounds
go for
right.
the auction
he
house
did
right
Phoenix
here.
Cave, and I think he did Narsh, so this would be number 3. Ooh, Jexrock finding, I forget their name, Orog or something like that, which can zombie you. They're not my favorite guys to fight. And he does, he zombies Realm.
Zombie Scow. Missed. Okay, we're good. That is a bold fight. I've been burned too many times.
Yeah, so have I. Especially when it's on your person who's doing shock or something. Oh, Gao's also zombied. Have your character with shock get zombied and then just kill the rest of your team.
Illumina in the auction house. That's pretty crazy.
Good that's a good find for Doesn't for sure.
Yep.
Gauntlet, Experience, Hague, Illumina.
Oh baby.
Oh man, it's
a
good seed. This is gonna be a jet. Watch this
just
really
needs those
take off now.
dragons. Needs those dragons.
Maybe he thinks everybody else is gonna waste time on dragons and he isn't gonna go for them, or he thinks they are.
That'd be an interesting. He's the control here.
Yeah.
Is a test if they make a difference.
There you go. Yeah. If it's worth it.
Just look at this run up Narsh Mountain in the top right here. It's just beautiful.
It feels good. It's like when
but then his game might have crashed.
Removed. I know. I looked up there when you said that, and then it was just
okay.
black,
This is a couple of frame drops. We're good.
Maybe it still isn't working for me yet. Okay, there it goes. Yeah, a little bit of going the wrong direction, but how are all of our? Looks like so. Doesn't may have a little bit of a lead. He doesn't have any dragons though, which he's done checks instead.
Very
He's
true.
a 4/5 with 9 checks.
Let's see what Green Monkey does here.
7.
He doesn't take the Illumina.
He needs Magicite, and he knows
I'm
that
convinced.
Very well
He's
be.
going
he
back.
Only
He's
has
going
1.
there.
So Jexfrock has found 0 Magicite so far.
That is interesting.
That's
got the most
amazing.
Characters. Yeah,
6
it's impressive.
0 Magicite.
Gao is not the answer.
Super frustrating if you want some early stat increases. Luckily, in this seed, our characters do have pretty good stats with the 100 to 125%, so
Yep.
it won't be as necessary.
Schwann's just behind Green Monkey's tail, 5-2, 5-2, both at Kefka and Narsh. Have to.
See, oh, and he also doesn't. No one grabbing the Illumina. That's interesting. Again, he also only has 2 Magicite, and he knows he's gonna have to get that progression if he wants to win this one. So.
Then again,
Excellent throws on that goddess from those
with
fixed dice.
with dash enabled, I wouldn't think twice. I would also have taken the Magicite.
Yeah, you can't fault the decision there. You don't win with Illuminas, you win with progression. So
what an odd looking formation in Green Monkey's screen. Just something about that confused
the Orogs kind of spidering each
back
other.
to back, yeah.
Yeah. So it's rather intimidating for sure.
Yeah. Doesn't it a speedy 4-6?
Yeah, that's.
I would expect a dragon hunt in his near future.
I'm really interested to see if he goes for it or not.
We got auctions to do.
Back to the auction house, yeah.
Terra and poor Jex, he got his 7th character.
He got his 7th character.
This is terrible.
No. He has all the checks in the world to find what he needs. So, Terra will let him go get which he hasn't gone up and done Mog's check, but if he does, he'll know he'll be able to still get that Illumina now that he has Terra.
Yeah.
So, or is that one not gated at Terra? Can anyone go do that?
The thing behind Welk,
Behind the
item?
Google, yeah. Do you need a character to go do that, or do you not?
I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, me either, actually. I think anyone can do it. I tried it in the last seed too, and was in the wrong world. You're supposed to do it in the world of balance, I think. I really need to learn that.
That I'm not too sure. I've never actually gone back there in Worlds Collide, admittedly.
Right. I went to the wrong place, so I forget which world it's in.
Doesn't he really go for this Magicite? Keeps getting met with ducks and chests.
Oh, and takes a reset for the chest.
Yep.
Maybe he's just considering it lost cause, moving on.
Definitely not. This isn't the first time he's reset.
Oh, usually people only reset when they find a.
It is faster than if you know you're not going to buy the item. Doing a little shuffle there to reset the mystical RNG.
Yeah. I find a luck circle works better than going back and forth, so. And there's the Imp Robot and a quick reset. Okay, and Jex is going up Narsh Mountain like everybody else, so pretty quickly.
Yeah. Doesn't is really having some bad luck here. And another duck.
And another Robot, yeah. Another duck.
Yep.
Yeah, it's always painful to watch. We had a community race with Hefe doing that and got 4 Imp Robots in a row, which was pretty painful.
It's pretty nasty.
And
well, it's about what we are here.
Yeah, that's about what. Yeah, Dustin's been at this auction house for quite a while. Franklin thinks it should be an option to have that just be the normal walking speed.
I couldn't play with that. I tried it once, and I tried B to be the normal sprint speed, and it's very easy to do when it's just hold down B. We're already used to holding down Y for Y remove.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't finally finding that Magicite, he'll be happy to get that. So
yeah, finally grabbing that stone. We're at 4-7.
Oh, did Jex grab the Illumina? He's still 7-0. It looks like.
I would like to think that he grabbed
Yeah,
He did
Yakko
grab the
Wacko in the
Illumina.
chat says he
Amazing.
did.
Great stuff.
He's like, screw that, I don't need Magicite.
Yep.
There are 9 required.
Yeah, but you can get those later.
So get them
I guess
faster.
you could have got
Yeah.
Illumina later too.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. You'll definitely go faster though with an Illumina, so. I know these fights are already going pretty fast. This is something I like to do when you just get a new character and go to Kefka and Narsh. You can, instead of doing it on the airship, you can empty them of equipment here
Where was that?
as your 5th character in the
Oh yeah.
Kefka and Narsh battle. So
Yep.
you throw in your
Yep.
5th character there and
I
drop
see
their
what you mean.
stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I love doing that. I feel so big brained.
Yeah, exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
it's super smart, even though I
Yeah.
might have seen someone else do it first.
Oh, I'm gonna throw Yeti in my party and then go into KT and then unequip the muffler. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep. Bread and butter.
Doesn't
Got
find
his
in his
tone for
8th
dozen.
Magicite.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna do those dragons. Maybe he wants to do them at Kefka's Tower. Well, yeah, because he's the earlier you get the sprint shoes,
We'll have
the
to
more
see.
time
We'll
they
have to
pay
ask
off.
him.
So,
Well,
yeah,
why
for
wait
sure.
so long?
If he even goes for it.
Mm-hmm.
Schwann's finding Poltergeist up. Let's see. Is that Search the Skies, or is that the beginning of?
I believe that's the
That's Floating
beginning of
Continent,
yeah,
right?
Floating Continent. Yep.
Always a dangerous fight to find Poltergeist. Poltergeist weak to poison, one of the weakest spells in the game, so
There
will
are
have a good weakness.
an unsettling amount of Ogors in this seed. I think that's like the. Oh, never mind. It's from the Kefka Nurse fight. I'm sure everyone's ran into it.
That's probably the same one, yeah.
They were in Serpent's
With all
Trench as
these,
well. It's just they're everywhere.
with all these characters. So Green Monkey is going for that Illumina, like I was saying. Did he go to the right place? I sure didn't when I tried. So someone in the chat, did he find the Illumina in there? It doesn't look like he went to the right place. He got it. Okay, so he's smarter than me. He knew where it was. Okay, good. I would be terribly.
This is a very, very, explosive seed.
Absolutely. Everybody with Illuminas and
Oh yeah, you don't see that
and,
too often, even in this one.
and Shock and Sword Tech and
the
yeah.
best part is people can wear it. What? Gear availability is so low in this seed or this flag set. I feel like half the things I want to make work I can't just because of gear availability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is the worst when you find an Illumina and have 4 characters on your team and nobody can equip it.
Yep.
That's super depressing. Or you find them in the shop for half price with Edgar and no one can equip them. So even though you could buy 7 of them, you don't get to use that strategy.
Yep.
Oh, let's hope Doesn't isn't a multiple of 5. Only lock. Not bad. One of the first community races I watched. I think I was watching it, yeah. And Mr. Entity's entire party late game was wiped to a Doomgaze. It was just super painful.
I haven't seen that in a really long time. And I'm
wasn't
not
too
gonna lie,
long
I'd
ago.
really like to. So if you can make that happen, Doomgaze, thanks.
People just you feel so bad it's hard to even laugh at him at the time because it's just so.
I can laugh at him. I've been there.
I
think it's funny.
I've never had a Doomgaze wipe my party with level 5, but I have used a Magicite to get Crusader and wipe my whole party to that.
That's pretty good. Oh, Jack's actually getting his offering. He was the one who took Thunder Shield early.
Oh yeah, now that he has Terra, so.
Excellent for Jax. Falling into that Terra and his 7th character.
You know, at this point,
Unfortunate.
just do whatever checks, get another 2 characters, go for the skip.
True. I couldn't do that. I could never go out of my way for the skip. Not this
I
one.
don't know if I'd go out of my way, but I would just do the checks I want to do anyway. And if there's a character, just don't reset out. Just finish the check.
Got a pretty good Palador. Got Bolt 3. It's probably like the worst spell of Fire Eyes and Bolt, but
yeah,
you know,
Bolt
level
doesn't
3
really do
spell
much
is
on
level 3
Kefka,
spell.
so the only person weak to Bolt in Kefka, the Kefka fight is Tools, who you'll just use Doom on anyway.
This is true.
I like getting
oh my gosh.
Fire and Ice 3 for tiers 1 and 2.
Schwantz. Breaking
we'll see.
records in Floating Continent at this speed.
And here does go to... He only needs 2 more characters. He get one of them here, we know.
That was Strago.
Phoenix Cave, which is Strago.
That
We'll probably
pathetic
put him on his
excuse
team.
of a character.
Yeah. We'll see if he puts him on his team.
No offense to Strago heads out there.
They're just wrong, so.
I'm not
Oh,
one.
watching doesn't though now maneuver the Phoenix Cave. I was like, is he holding down the button to go
Oh
slower?
no. Did he?
He went the
I
wrong
think
way.
he missed the switch. I think he missed the
Did.
switch.
He did miss the switch. He just realized it.
Oh, by
shoot.
golly. You hate to
He's
see
a little
that.
rusty, hasn't played as much recently.
I actually did that recently. Completely
ya?
forgot about the switch, yeah. I felt pretty foolish.
I did that once in Floating
You don't do
Continent where-
Phoenix Cave very often in
Yeah,
defense of that.
true. I did that once in Floating Continent where I was just doing the regular pattern, went to where I was supposed to go, but the ground hadn't lowered, and I was like, oh crap, I haven't been paying attention. I have no idea where I even messed that up. Because you're just doing it out of, just going through the motions. You're not thinking about what you're doing. And I just missed a switch somewhere with just not thinking about it. X finding his 3rd Magicite, trying to catch up on those.
So at this point, we're kind of at the point where we're just going to be rewatching everything. But
Yeah, a lot of people redoing what's
watching
been
him
done.
do it at twice speed is pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Franklin was right. It's really close to like the FF5 career day speed.
It doesn't work in the outside world, the open world, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's only in you know, maps.
Right. I was just thinking of when you have to walk through the desert after doing Figaro
Ooh.
Castle or Ancient Castle. I was like, oh, that'd be great there, but then it wouldn't work there, so that makes sense.
One day, that will never happen. Actually,
No, probably not.
Too much
Schwann's finding his Doom Dragon, see if he fights him.
yeah, nope. He is saying
Oh, he is
will.
gonna run away.
Oh, just kidding.
Or not. Yeah. He's just trying to trick us, I guess. If you've
Consider
got
me
the
tricked.
power, Doom Dragons are really high in experience, so definitely worth the fight. If you if you can
All right,
do
so
it without
doesn't
wiping.
is just saying I'm not doing the dragons. I suppose.
Oh, he
He's
skipped
just
the
opting
dragon,
out of
did
it
he?
completely. Yep.
Interesting. Yeah. He's just gonna get his one more character then, and he'll be good to go. Looked like he almost put Strago on his team there.
Did he even? I don't think he checked Strago.
No, why
He
would
knows. He knows.
Even at 125% stats. Nope.
Oh my goodness. And then
Fall in
this
one and fall in one.
Fanatics Tower, we are going to see a Yeti. The most
Green
beautiful
monkey.
Yeti you've
Oh,
ever
so
seen.
that's it. That's what he needs, and he's done.
Yep.
Green Monkey gonna get an experience egg here at Floating Continent. Floating Continent was an obvious check to do early, which I rarely do. Floating Continent super early. This seed, it's paying off. Finding that experience egg really early for Doesn't is gonna give his characters all those extra levels. So
Where was the EXP egg?
it's right here in the Chupon fight. It's the second reward for Floating Continent.
Gotcha. Okay.
Juan still grabbing loot and is rewarded with a cat hood, so that's pretty nice.
It's alright. Not bad.
It's got some pretty good stats on it, but
Yep.
definitely not the best of the so-called top tier items.
Killed Doomgaze Ultros for a Shiva. What do we got at the top of this tower? Got another EXP egg. A little late for that, but
It is a bit late.
mm-hmm.
Would you put one on if you found one this late in the seed?
Probably for
I probably
Kefka's
would too.
tower. Yeah, I'd put it on whoever is with whoever's in far right.
Yep, with the extra fights.
Exacto.
I think they've got plenty of damage. Sometimes I'll even swap. If I feel like I'm going way under leveled, I'll swap the EXP egg through all the fights. But sometimes that's just not worth it, so. And all he has to do is get by Welk.
Yeah, looks pretty free.
Should be a plenty easy fight.
Yeah.
Realm with Shock would have, or Realm with Flare would have gotten him through pretty much anything. Doing almost
He's hitting for 8,600.
9,000, yeah.
Oh,
He must have that Magicite, that at +2 mag power
Yep.
Esper for a long time.
Amazing.
Schwanz and Green Monkey fighting the Senior Behemoth at the same time. Wrapping up the floating continent.
And the slow track back down the tower.
Yeah, man, I'd really wanted to see those with sprint shoes, but maybe when
It hurts your hand.
we'll do it.
Honestly, it hurts your hand, yeah. If you're using a D-pad, ugh.
Yeah, I hate doing it normally without the sprint shoes, so. Of course, those door rooms probably
Yep.
catch you up. You're going that fast.
There's some fairly versatile spells this dude. There's Ice 3, Bolt 3, Life 2, Life 3, Cure 3, Cure 2. There's like a lot of tools available that normally you're just like, oh, I wish I had this.
Have we
or
seen
this.
much calmness protection? I haven't seen a golem.
There's
with
Life 3.
Fenrir,
That's pretty
Life
much
3.
it so far. Yep. On one of the Espers.
and I haven't seen Siren either or Mute. I'm not sure if anyone picked
Those
that
have
up or
not
yet.
made
I
an
haven't seen
appearance
it.
as far as I'm aware. But honestly, we're pretty high level. It won't make as big of a difference because everyone's going to be pulling their weight. Actually, Dozen's looking pretty low. He's only low 30s.
Yeah. Only Locke has decent levels. Locke with the experience egg is level 39. There you go. Let's see. Nope, not going to AT.
All right.
Is he going to kill it?
I don't know what's going on in this
Now is
guy's
he going to go
mind.
for 3 dragons? Going for 1 for the levels, maybe?
I think he's going, yeah, 1 for the levels and probably the 2 in the tower. Or yeah.
Then get the. That's really late to go for sprint shoes.
It's probably fine. The way he's probably looking at it is that a dragon is probably worth a check, or like dragon might like the time that it takes to kill the dragons. Doesn't really outweigh the speed that you move faster.
Right.
So
yeah, I was figuring
just
this
a weighted
was merely
gamble
for
on his
levels,
part.
So. I'll be interested to see if he goes for the other 2 dragons or not. Green Monkey finding the gold dragon. Rather easy. It's a Kefka tower dragon, but he's pretty easy usually. Doesn't throw too many
Goldie, as long as, yeah. I mean, he has what? He can scale to Gigavolt and Bolt Edge. Those aren't too bad. He has 2 wall rings on, so if he gets hit with like a Bolt 3, it wouldn't even kill his party.
Skull Dragon, also not a terribly scary dragon, unless again he confuses your shock user, who then kills himself 4 times in a seed.
He's speaking from experience, Ash.
That was an oddly specific number for no reason.
That's a yes.
That's definitely a yes.
Alright.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Slowly getting prepped into go mode. Jex is actually catching up. Jex is catching up to the other Schwanz and Green Monkey.
And he does have 8 characters. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he grabs
He's
that
within
ninth,
realistic. Yeah, he's contending for the top
I
here if we
would.
can get some quick
Especially 8
espers.
characters. If you have 8, you definitely need to grab the ninth and skip the rest of that. Yeah, watching these people with the speed boost and missing stairs and doors is pretty awesome. I'm sure they take some getting used to.
Just hitting every wall.
Exactly.
Doesn't at 55-55 being the first one into the Kefka's Tower. The Kefka's Tower.
Very good time to get into Kefka's Tower, honestly.
Oh
On these
yeah.
seeds. Jax Rock having no problem with Doom Gaze. Nobody susceptible to level 5 Doom. When you play a lot on fast forward, you spend a lot of smashing into walls, Franklin says. Let's do it. It's basically like you have no friction and you're just pushing off between walls.
I just use it more as like a gas pedal. So like if there's a straightaway, like 4 or 5 cells, that's when you dash. If it's just like 2 or 3, no, just do a normal run. Works out pretty well for me.
Green Monkey getting his experience egg at the top of the tower and will come down for tomorrow, which will be his 6th and final character, but he still needs 2 Magicite. Yeah,
Doing a
Jex
little
has
last
been
minute looting for the Schwantz. Go on.
overall keeping up on checks, like we said. He found so many characters, but he's never really been total behind on progression, so so far I think it's a very close race between the 3 of them.
Doesn't just cruising right on through. I'm very
Yeah,
curious if he's strong enough. He does have some like mid-30s characters. He has his fixed dice offering. He has some pretty
yeah,
decent spells. He's probably pretty fine in all seriousness.
yeah, I don't think he'll have any problem.
Yeah, I think he went in at the right time.
Even, I mean, they're more like mid-30s. They're all, what, level 34?
Yeah.
That's not too low to go to Kefka's Tower by any means.
Nope.
With a skip, it gets a little bit more sketch because you get fewer. I mean, what is it? Just one.
It's just the
team
one
is on
encounter.
fight, so
Yep, this one right up here with the Inferno.
yeah. Schwantz looks like he's getting some pretty high levels already. So, and he has a few more checks. Most of his characters are about level 40, high 30s.
Those dragons really put in the XP. It definitely gave them a boost that doesn't have right now.
Oh, this check would he missed his chest. That make you go a little bit insane using those boots to fly around this cave.
Very true.
I might not even use
I would
them.
be very
Well,
I'd be very careful about using
on the
them here.
straightaways for sure, like that one. Oh, there we go with Green Monkey just cruising down the
Yep.
tower. That is pretty fantastic. It feels pretty crappy doing that without the sprint shoes. So those sprint shoes are coming into play there.
No, mentally this feels fine. Physically, your thumb will hurt. That's about it. Cause a little physical pain.
Casting Ice 3 on Shatternook. I thought that didn't work. Oh, it does.
Oh, it works.
Okay. It's weak to fire, so I thought ice didn't work, but
There's a lot of weird rules. Seems really random at times.
Undead Wreathed in Flames usually means weak to fire, so.
Like Dullahan,
Mm-hmm.
Chatternock. Those are the only otherworldly entities I know in this game that
But
coated
not
in
Rex
flames.
Soul.
True. It's another one. Different kind of flames.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they're dream flames, so naturally.
Alright, so most of our characters, let's see, most of our racers are just looking for the last few Magicite, it looks like. Schwantz still does need to find one other character. He's definitely got the damage. He's ready for Kefka's Tower. He just Needs to finish off those requirements.
Very true. You know, I think it's kind of funny. I go and craft this seed. I make these flags. You know, blood, sweat, and tears go into it. And then doesn't even
That
acknowledge it.
doesn't
This
even.
dude just ignores it. I got a
Yeah,
bone to pick with this guy.
it's even in his notes too. He's like, you know what?
He knows. He
Let's
knows it's
just
gonna get to me.
let's forget what the point of this seed was and just do our own thing.
Yeah, I'm putting that in my notes. Blood, sweat, and tears. All right, I'm coming for you, doesn't it?
Green monkey, is that his Illumina he finds in the
Yep.
auction house, which
Excellent.
I don't
Excellent.
like. Do you do the auction house when you're doing these flag sets? I tend to stay away from it. I think the extra 10 levels
I've only ran 2 of
is
these, and I
dangerous.
don't remember if I did the auction house.
Oh, okay, you've only ran it. I ran. What did I do? I think I did 3 practices and then the actual race. So I've ran
Mhm.
it like 4 times.
Okay. Jack's run into a pearl
Oh,
dragon,
there. Now Green
white
Monkey
dragon.
finds his Illumina.
It's not going to cause any problems.
Pearl Dragon's a pushover. As long as you can withstand 3 quick pearls,
Yep.
he has very few hit points and it should be no problem for anybody.
Doing good.
Tentacles, finding with just 2 characters can be a major pain in the butt.
I think he's got
But he's
enough
gonna be fine.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the luminas.
And even Mog, who...
Did he have quick there?
Yeah,
Or did
he
he
cast
just
quick.
okay?
Yep.
All right, then yeah,
Cast
this
quick to attack
seed
twice.
is. Whew, this is as I said earlier,
he-
explosive seed.
And you can see with Locke's damage too, he'll have no problem skipping those Meteos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we can tell by his setup.
Green
Block level
money
46.
getting his last Magicite. He has a realistic chance of catching up to Doesn't here. If he's in go mode and he's not going to do any extra prepping and he just goes.
Green Monkey.
Oh, maybe not. He Doesn't's already at the statues.
Yeah, he would need to skip to catch up, but he'll keep it interesting for sure.
Yeah, it probably cuts about half the time in KT. And Green Monkey
and he
running
runs
into the
into
Ultras.
Okay.
You hate to see it. It's a real feels
Shoot.
bad. At least it's Ultras. It's not something like,
I've
Doom or
definitely
Goddess.
lost a race due to this, a sync race where
That's rough.
we were gonna go to Kefka's tower at the same time. I was a little bit ahead, and ran into Doomgaze on the way after having full requirements. Take a minute fighting him, lose by 30 seconds.
Classic. This lock is a monster for Doesn't.
Yeah.
The Gauntlet Illumina, my
And
fave.
has had an experience egg for a long time, nearly level 50.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if he put the other XP egg on Mog.
I don't know. He's only level 38. Didn't grace a lot of levels. No, he didn't.
No.
Did he do earring for the? Oh no, he didn't. Hero ring. There we go. That makes sense.
So now we can hit for 99999.
Oh yeah.
4 9s. We were still hitting for 4 9s. I'm saying he does a lot of damage already.
Jexrock is going to Fnatic, so this will see if he does go for that 9th character. Yep. This is kind of a longer check to get the skip with, but he's going for it. Still needs to find 3 Magicite. Green Monkey entering Kefka's tower here should be right around the 105 Power 5 mark. Schwann's also doing Fnatic's tower, getting his last character, so he'll be right behind Green Monkey. And then Tritalk. Tritalk can be a real pain in Kefka's tower if you find him and you don't have any kind of fire damage or anything that'll hurt him, but has an offering fixed dice, absolutely no problem. So
All right, I'm back. We're good.
no worries.
So what I miss? Cliff notes. Catch me up here.
Well, you weren't
Jax
gone very
Rock is on a
long,
bird.
so
No, I wasn't at all.
Schwantz is getting a 6th character, so he will be ready for Kefka's tower. Green Monkey's just setting up his team as he jumped in. Doesn't just made quick work of Tri-Talk with a fixed dice offering, no problem at all. And
One more
Jax
fight?
is getting his 9th character, so he can do the skip. Just needs 3 Magicite once he's done with that. And we'll see if he can get those 3 Magicite quickly with the skip, he might be able to catch up to the Schwanz and Green Monkey. It'll be interesting to see.
True. Doesn't get in a real pushover fight. I think we've seen 3 Ultroses this seed, maybe 4. I know 3 for
Maybe all
sure.
of them.
But yeah, it's nice sometimes. Just nice chill boss fights. Dang, I didn't believe how much of a bait these dragons were with the sprint shoes. I think it's kind of funny.
And of course, the one player who didn't go for it is doing pretty good. So.
He also just does pretty good in general.
He also doesn't. Absolutely, yeah. When I first started playing the game, that's what everybody told me was Doesn't was the true boss of the game.
Mr. Not. First name Does. Unstoppable. And here he is entering KT 107.25. That was a pretty standard KT.
What do you think his final time will be?
Final time? 1:15:45. 1:15:46. Sorry, 1:15:46.
15:46?
1:16:46 actually, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Alright.
I was thinking maybe closer to 120, but we'll see how
Put your
quickly
bets in.
go through this.
Actually, no, he's gonna get muddled on tier 2 and then wipe.
that would make for an interesting race. I mean,
Uh-huh.
definitely want to cheer for everybody here, but I would not. I would find that very interesting if that happened.
Doesn't has proverbially slapped me in the face by not getting the sprint shoes, so I am wishing all the baddest luck.
Oh shoot. In our impartial opinion,
You know,
I think it would be fantastic if
my
that
very
happened.
unbiased opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, 117.39. Okay. Price is Right rules. Price is Right rules. Thanks for not cutting me off.
I'm gonna put it at 120. 120
Excellent.
even. Which would be a 12-minute Kefka. That's kind of.
I think a 10-minute Kefka is pretty standard, and I think Dozen's
He's got the
offense is
offense.
above that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah.
And he has the levels. So that's why I was thinking under 10.
That makes sense. Doesn't
And
have.
Schwanz is also just doing some last minute shopping. What's that?
Doesn't have insta death, and he doesn't have mute. So at least I haven't seen mute. But he is taking time.
That's
to
really
punch this
scary.
arm.
Not having mute for tier 2.
It can be
You can
real-
typically kill the long arm like risk free. It's not that scary to keep up. It's just a bit of a sponge. But however, in tier 2, tools is actually very annoying with the spells it casts, and magic is terrifying and keeps me up
does
at
have-
night.
Bolt 3 to do quad 9s on it if he needs, but. Oh, and your Price is Right rules definitely don't apply since I said 120.
All right. in 2020. How are we splitting up our team, Schwantz? Alright, that's fair. 2-2-2. I like it.
I'd probably do that too. That way you're guaranteed a
Yeah.
Charm mule in each row.
Shadow Realm probably gonna make quick work of these tentacles with the Ice 3 and the Shock. But he might just be casting spells
He's
at this point.
He's swinging.
Oh, he's swinging. Yeah, of course.
This fight, even though it's easy, if two of his characters get grabbed, could take quite a bit longer. So I don't see any. Yeah, they're done. None of them will get grabbed.
That's a feels good tentacle fight. Doesn't never got that Ice 3 like the a couple of the other runners did. I don't remember which Esper or where it was. It was probably Jex's on his wild.
Yeah, he does. He has Ice 3 on Mog.
Does he? Oh, okay.
He's casting
thought he'd had
three
an
to take out tools. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, you're right. But typically you'd single target that.
I would, but when you're looking at the damage, I mean, it's doing 7,000 damage to the one and 5 to everything else.
You're just looking at net, not necessarily the.
Yeah, and you're only suffering 2,000 damage on the one to do 5,000 to the other 4 pieces. Yeah, definitely. I think that's worth it. Using Sword Tech 5 as a elixir to get all his magic points back is an awesome strat. Another reason why I like Sword Tech with Realm.
That's fair. Yeah, it's basically Osmos.
A ton.
You typically don't need to. Remember, she's the one with like 100 magic power at this point.
Right. And Sword Tech 6 does use magic power, so it would do a lot of AoE damage, but he doesn't really need it with the spells he has.
Jex is doing some last minute checks trying to get those Magicite.
Check he's in is a pretty fast one. And finding a Force Armor.
Yeah, I think a couple of
gotta be
dead early on.
Feeling pretty good right now.
See, I don't see doesn't running into any problems here, or anyone at this final fight. Those dragons skyrocketed the others so much, and with all the items, oh yeah.
Everybody else is really high on levels, so I don't think any of them will have any problem with.
There was a point
any part of Kefka's tower
in my Worlds Collide career, if you can call it that, where I absolutely could not stand seeds like this, where you had like crazy offense, but then turns out I'm really, really good at them, so I like running them.
That's now you like running them. Nice.
Yeah.
That's how I should feel about dragon hunts. I've won most dragon runs that I've participated in, including Seeds of the Weeks that were dragon hunts, but I hate them. I hate the randomness of them, so.
Oh yeah, they're so variant. Moving on to tier 3. Making quick work of it. I think tier 3 is going to be his easiest tier, hands down.
Tier 3?
Oh yeah, doesn't
oh, yeah.
he has the quick. Yep.
Yeah, he should have no problem at all.
Quick swing, quick swing, done.
And Shock to finish off Lady. Oh, what's Lady now called in the Pixel Remaster? Kefka boss G or H or something?
Yeah, I think it's G. I think she's G. Love it. Those are great names.
Those are great names.
Definitely
hey,
100% retention of personality from the original game.
Yeah. Schwantz checking the chest in Kefka's tower and finding yet another offering.
You hate to see it.
Absolutely.
Condolences to Schwantz for his third offering.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, he had to have done enough damage to kill Lady already, but that That shock did a whole 900 damage to Lady, so
Yep.
maybe she's dead now. Everybody living through that Merton, no problem. Not a lot of elemental protection in this seed. I mean, we did see the Ice Shield and the Thunder Shields. Yep, and he got it off, and Shadow just blocks the calmness, no problem. So very quick. Oh shoot, what was your time? Mine is way too high. You were more like 115. Sounds like yeah. Did anyone say 117? Jeremy did. Jeremy's time is looking pretty good.
Just in time for the final fight. Just as Green Monkey goes into it.
It's always nice to at least be in the final Kefka fight when someone else finishes a race.
Yep.
Yeah, all of our, let's see. Nope. I was gonna say we're all in Kefka's tower, but nearly.
Yeah, Jax is just on the cusp of a major breakthrough.
With the skip, so.
Mm-hmm. Not too far off.
If anyone does struggle with a little bit with Kefka, which can really happen in any seed, I mean he'd be right back in it. So.
Oh my goodness!
Use an Odin to take out the long arm, or Raiden. I can't tell which one's which. Oh, what happened though?
And,
Did you see what happened on Green Monkey that made him reset?
nope, I totally missed that. Probably I got nothing. Counter, wrong item, wrong character, something like that.
He did a summon that killed the long arm and then reset. I didn't. That's interesting.
You
See if
reset
Doesn't
again.
takes
as
an
he started
Ultima
the
right
fight.
now. Oh no, he doesn't.
Ooh.
He's good.
Oh, I thought
He's
you were
goner.
saying he was. Yeah.
No, I've
That's
had that
probably
before.
it for this.
Where I took Fallen 1, attacked with a Offering Valiant Knife, did
Oh,
60,000 damage, insta Ultima counter when we all had 1 hit point.
I missed that. It
Was
it was offering Illumina is what he was swinging with. So GG doesn't.
Yeah, GG.
Finishing it out, ignoring my sprint shoes. I'm gonna yell at him. He's coming in here. I'm calling him out. I'm not really.
1746 within about 8
GG's.
seconds of Jeremy. Good job, Jeremy. You win. Unless we're playing prices right. Oh no, because your time was under. So yeah, you're good. Very, very close to calling that time. We'll get Dozen in if he's available for a quick interview.
Yep. I guess he could have just joined the chat.
Yeah,
it's not a
usually
locked
people
room.
go to the waiting room and we pull him in. He needs a minute. Alright, we'll get him in. In the meantime, Green Monkey taking on tier 1. Hopefully this one goes smoother than the last one. Not sure what happened there.
He had an offering on with the Illumina, so it...
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Yep, mega nerf.
Not being able to target it. And it just... Offering Illumina is not a great combination. You lose your MP crits, so you don't really do that much more damage. We can pull him in. That's easy enough.
I don't know how to pull people on.
Well.
Look who it is. Old doesn't. Good job.
Thank you.
I have a bone to pick with you, though, doesn't.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I spend all this time handcrafting this perfect, beautiful seed. Where were they? They were from the 3 dragons.
Yeah, were they anywhere else?
No, they were nowhere else.
Well, I'm not gonna kill 3 dragons for that.
Man.
Not with them scaling up after each kill, too.
It's not that much.
They only get 10 levels.
Yeah. Anyways, that was really well played. You kind of...
Yeah, you destroyed that
did
seed
work.
for sure.
Yeah.
It was a very generous seed.
Solid time.
Mm-hmm. But
I think we
yeah,
saw
the
three
offense on that
offerings,
was absolutely
tons of Illumina,
absurd.
great
I skipped an
spells.
Illumina and still had one at the end.
The one
Yep.
from Mog,
Yeah.
Lone
Lone
Wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah, yep. I'm seeing some people take both Illuminas. I think Schwann's found 3 offerings. It was very stacked.
Jax Rock is the only one who originally took the Illumina from the Narsh check. Green Monkey went back and grabbed it though from the the Moogle room.
Yeah, I
Really?
didn't take it early because it doesn't do as much as fixed ice and shocks do early, and I never got around to it because I got my own Illumina beforehand from auction house.
Very true. Dang, I can't believe I baited everyone with the dragons. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the rest of our runners have very high levels, so they shouldn't have any problem with Kefka's tower. You were definitely the lowest level in there.
Oh,
It had plenty of damage, we saw.
Oh
I'm sure
yeah.
you weren't very worried about that Kefka fight.
yeah.
With Locke putting out 20,000 damage a turn with Quick,
Yeah.
and more so in some. Yep.
Well, cool. Anything else stick out for you in that seed? I mean, the offense was obviously generous. Anything else?
There was a well, I forgot multi-summon was on until pretty late in. I don't remember when I got Tri-Talk, but I probably
Multi-summon
should've
is on in these flags?
been using it.
Alright, that's
Yep.
good to know, I guess.
Yep, it is.
Noted. Noted.
yeah,
Alright,
it's-
continue, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think there were many good summons for it that I got, other than Tri-Talk. I don't remember when I got it, but I probably could have made use of it. On Realm. Just as a call.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people using it this flag set. I mean, I think I saw Green Monkey or Jax Rock use Palador a few times on Gold Dragon, but I don't know if he needed to, so.
Yeah, it's
Palador's
fine.
a good Magicite to cast, but.
Hop out.
Oh, well, thanks, and GG again.
Thanks
Okay,
for
doesn't
hosting.
Yep.
Good night.
Well, I guess, Gilbasiago, next time you just gotta include it in the requirements, so.
I guess, yeah.
Oh no, Schwantz, what happened? I wasn't paying attention.
Something unfortunate.
Yeah, obviously. Making a reset, going back into Kefka. I just said no one was gonna have any trouble with Kefka. That turns out to be
That
very
is
wrong.
true. The
So
commentator's
we've
curse, yeah.
had- yeah, I
This
guess
is
so.
this is your fault.
It didn't work against Doesn't. We both tried.
That's because my man's untouchable, alright?
That's because it doesn't. Yeah, that's fair.
Another
Well-
plane.
Looks like Schwantz is taking some extra fights.
Perhaps learning a spell, or just needing a little
Yeah.
bit of an edge to kill the boss. I forget which boss it was that you ran into.
Is that what he had? I think it was. He wasn't at Kefka, was he? He was having
I don't
trouble
think
with this
so.
boss. I think it was. Is it Doomgaze?
No, it's not
Might be
Doomgaze.
It wasn't.
Doomgaze was in he was in Esper Mountain, I believe.
Oh, okay. I don't remember who the boss was then, but. Yeah,
Unless I try talk, that would do it.
Tri-Talk. Maybe it was Tri-Talk. That would make sense.
Good call.
Just needs
Thank
to
you.
unequip the fixed ice off somebody else and give him fixed ice offering. Lot can do that. Lots of options here. Let's see what he ends up doing.
Locke was doing all the work with those dice. So we got sets
Okay, yeah,
of
it
them
was
on
the Tri-Talk fight.
Jax's. Nice dragon dice.
Oh, he has X magic. Maybe we had to learn some quick fire too. Green Monkey going into tier 4. Should wrap this up shortly. Still a sub 90 from Green Monkey, most likely. So.
Oh
sub
yeah,
90,
don't
I
don't count your
think, is
chickens
always-
before they hatch, man.
I know. With the commentator's curse.
Oh yeah.
I'll just say it because I'm fine with Green Monkey dying here. That'd be okay. So you should get a sub 90 here, which is like I was saying, a very respectable time in this flag set.
It's really good, yeah. I'd be happy with sub 90. Just on like any
Absolutely.
given seed. Yeah.
Green Monkey FF. I think he said that was for forfeit. Oh,
He did say that, yeah. Or someone did.
somebody did, yeah.
Yeah.
May or may not have been him.
And now it was Green Monkey who said it. He's taken that sentence. Fast forward. Another good one. Getting that falling one. Don't think anyone
Does
had
he have-
Mega Stasis Seed.
Just X potions, maybe.
I mean, I think there were some readily available Cure 2 and Cure 3 on Espers, but maybe don't have the mana for it.
Yeah.
For MP.
Not too concerned though. Just swinging those Illuminas.
Not quite hitting as hard as Dozens.
No. Definitely no.
Yeah, that EX
Gauntlet unlock,
was
so.
pretty helpful.
And he found that experience like really early, so.
Very early.
Yeah.
Ooh, here comes the
Oh!
Ultima. I think I called
I did
that.
it. Did I do it?
Oh no.
Is this my fault?
Green money. No!
Oh, no!
Hash. How could you
That's
kill Green
totally my
Monkey?
fault. That's all me.
You actually hexed him.
I did.
Oh my god.
Oh shoot, I don't know, I just think that's hilarious.
I can't feel bad about it.
I don't feel bad, yeah. That's his fault. He shouldn't have attacked before Kefka said the words. I mean, seriously.
Yep.
Heal up first, buddy. No. I very much
that's
look
vicious.
forward to telling Green Monkey that was my fault when we get him in for a quick interview.
Yeah.
So.
I'm throwing you under that bus. I'm doubling up.
Absolutely. He still has a shot at second place. I mean, Jexrock's just coming up on Kefka now.
Yeah, it's
Schwann
literally
coming in.
3 people
It's
starting
gonna
the
be
fight
3.
at the same time. This is pretty
Yeah.
good. We got ourselves a race.
We got it. Yeah.
We gonna have
good.
ourselves a hootenanny.
This is what we wanted, so it's far more exciting. Let's watch these 3 go through at the
Thank
same
God
time.
for Ultima. That's all I'm saying.
Oh shoot. That's.
Gadzooks.
I can't believe that happened. To be honest, that's crazy.
It was really good.
So. Or Green Monkey. Oh man, you hate to see it. Ultima from Kefka. That's such a.
Perhaps it was a confidence or a hubris that neither you or I could comprehend that led us down that path.
Exactly. Wait, his hubris or mine?
No, his.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was pretty confident that I wouldn't hex him, so. And then I did so. Yeah, you've actually commented on some of my races where I've done that too. I'm like, I just gotta go fast, then you just prep every one of your attacks on Kefka, and then he just double Havoc Wing.
It's like 33%. It's not gonna happen to me.
Right, exactly. Like, well, I don't have anything to worry about, and then it does, and you're like, oh, okay. Now I'm back 10, 12 minutes that I have to redo, including the reset and walking back, watching the animation, and then doing the fight. I mean, it's painful.
Hey, I know it'd be a pretty fun social experiment. If you go into the chat and say you're all on tier 1 right now. I would never do that. That'd be the biggest mental game though you could ever throw at these guys.
Yeah, I think that's it. I would do that. I mean, I think
so
that's
neat.
hilarious.
I don't need these stress levels in my life.
I'm apparently okay with that. I commentator cursed Green Monkey on purpose, so. Oh shoot.
You're all in
That's
tower
good.
now.
You-
Yeah, true.
You wrote that. Hexmalum. Thanks. Yep, that's me. I like that better than Haxmalum, as Hefe tried to say after winning like 1 race. So. Jeremy says he'll work on hexing me. Yeah, good luck.
All on tier
Most-
2.
You're all in power now.
They're
doesn't-
just-
says.
And Green Monkey and Schwantz just within a few seconds of each other. And this is where the fight is decided. Tier 2. This is the
And Jax
staple,
with
I
an
think.
amazing comeback. I mean, everybody was into Kefka's tower and Kefka, I think,
Call
much,
themselves
much
for joining
sooner.
us.
So, but now all three of them super close.
Selfridge just joined the race. I see it now. Perfect.
Funny.
So did anyone have a mute for this available?
I didn't see anybody.
I feel like
with
the
it.
only one who might is Jax because he got a lot of other characters and had access to other checks that they didn't, but I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I
either,
see a
yeah.
lot of dispels going off. Terrible.
Hopefully Green Monkey there has a green cherry. Looks to be leaving his realm in imp form for kind of a long time.
Here's the muddle. Ooh, miss. Good miss. Good miss.
Oh, Green Monkey with a Mega Elixir. Did he fight Magic Master or did he pick those up somewhere?
I thought that was a Cure 3.
Oh, was it just Cure 3? Okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
we're good. Yeah, he has that healing.
Oh, using
And
a rage.
for
on-
future reference,
Okay.
he could have tanked an Ultima if he was at full health.
Yeah, absolutely.
That Mog
use
is
those
tanky.
Six potions.
Retroactively beat dozens time.
Lunar Chimera. They better hurry. Zelfer will finish soon. It's already been a couple minutes.
Oh man, this is a good fight. You've got Green Monkey busting out quick strats. Real good here. Got the single swing Illuminas, it's all you need. In the proc. This fight's a lot longer than I realize at times. Like half of KT is like half of the final fight is just in tier 2.
Oh, and Green Monkey. No Green Cherry, just gonna kill Realm to get a different character, it looks like.
Interesting. Not a fan of the Murder Child. He had no green cherries available or
No
anything?
Green Cherries. He must not
Ooh.
have.
That's terrible.
Or he's gonna get Realm just close enough down to not kill her.
Not sure what the game plan is here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. She's not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. Suicide
He's
doesn't have
gonna
imp status, so it's just. I would
Just rely
imagine
on
it's
10
so
hit.
he can swap the character out, but I'm not sure.
There we go. There's a dead Realm. Schwantz and Jexrock now are tied at tier 3.
Yep.
Come
They're
on,
pretty
chat,
even
who's
in
gonna
terms
win?
of.
Who finishes Kefka first?
He's gonna finish Kefka first. Right now, my money's on Schwantz because his offense is. He has a lot more levels than everyone here on the board, and just a lot of levels means a lot of offense. They see him hitting for 7,500, just like a little cash swing.
I'm gonna have to go counter then and say I think Jex is gonna do it because he started Kefka last and he's caught up the most ground. So
Okay. Either way, this is still fun to watch. I don't care who wins, if I'm being honest.
oh yeah,
Everyone's doing great, yeah.
ooh, and Schwantz getting a Meteo.
Unfortunate. trying to kill him off here with the Phantom. Jack
Such
Rock.
a so hard to pull off. One quick spell and they all lose that calmness
Yep.
protection.
Schwann's moving on to tier 4.
Ooh, that is a good Pearl proc. For Jax proc. Hopefully that does enough to proc a calmness. Oh. Oh, Meteor. There goes
there's the
there goes
Meteor.
the protection. Dang, I was hoping that was it. And he'd be right up there with Schwann's too.
That's a very early Phantom cast, unfortunately.
That was a really early one. Yeah. It's done 20 or 30,000 damage since, so. Oh, fixed dice not being his friend. Oh, but he can just
Never,
mentally
it never
count.
is in the final fight. Oh, that's right, multi-summon, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Green money,
And
moving
there's
on to
the
tier
calmness.
3. Catching up.
So he's good. Double calmness.
Right as
but
Jax
gets
slips
blocked
on
both.
by.
Oh, but Schwantz is making real quick work.
Oh yeah, this is
We
Schwann's
better hope there's not
melting
an
KP.
Ultima.
I think he could survive it.
Yeah, probably.
I think everyone here full life could survive it pretty easily. He's like upwards of 4k HP. Tanky.
Oh yeah, and that Cure 3 was for a lot.
Oh
Almost 3,000 hit points for each of his guys. I think he'd be fine. Could happen though. He's not waiting for anything, so this might be it. These dice might finish him off. He's got to be close.
His dice have been hitting for under 2,000
Those
every
have been
single
terrible.
roll.
Yeah,
He is,
they
yeah,
really
he is.
have.
This is why fixed dice is probably not preferred late game. For reasons like this.
Yeah, hard to argue with you after seeing.
Like your
these
average
results,
is going to be
so.
around 3-4k, but you can usually swing harder than that, right?
Mhm. Oh, looks like we might
Yeah,
have.
Jax is very close here, I think. Ooh, the Schwann's finishing.
Schwantz and
Ooh, okay, so this... It seems like the streams are a bit out of sync.
streams are just a little bit off.
Yeah. Because Jax actually got second by a second.
No, that's
Which
that's
is-
close. So.
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't realize Jax didn't even finish on the stream yet, so I feel kind of bad about saying that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Dang,
he hasn't
GG's.
quite finished yet. The time's
Yeah.
already up there, so it's all good.
It's Jax's ISP, I believe it. His stream's pretty laggy sometimes.
Yeah, it has been recently.
Really unfortunate for Green Monkey. He had a pretty demanding second place lead, and then that Ultima. You hate to see it.
Yeah,
Congrats
he
to-
really did. Now kind of struggling with tier 3 worse than he did last time.
Oh yeah.
So he had all 4 of his characters last time he was in tier 4. So.
Yep. Oh, we can bring Jax in here for an interview. I
Oh
think he's in
yeah,
the-
absolutely.
I don't know how to bring people in here.
You just grab
Or
him and there you go. GG,
Heyo.
Jax, second place win
It's a good
GG.
game.
by a
That-
whole second.
That was photo finish.
Oh yeah, that was really good. What do
I
you think
have-
of that?
Probably should have done the dragons earlier.
It makes a big difference, right? You know,
But my biggest problem was the lack of magic that I had.
Yep.
So really doing anything for the third dragon was going to be a real pain unless I went to KT to take on the third
Mhm.
dragon, which probably would have been a good option.
yeah. You actually had a very different path to KT than everyone else in this seed. You're the only person who got more than 6 characters with 9, which is pretty impressive.
Also,
Is
the
that-
only,
Yeah, I kept
only person to find 0 Magicites by 45 minutes in, or however long that was.
It was a long time.
Yeah, that was like really dumb luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. The stream was actually off on our side, so it didn't quite look like you got second. Due to the latency lag on the stream or something. But yeah, it was really fun to see. It was a really close race between the other 3. Interestingly, you might want to know that Doesn't, the winner, actually never got the sprint shoes. He never went for them. He just completely ignored him and just ran the seed like he would normally.
He killed one dragon before
I
going into
am
Kefka's
not
tower.
surprised about this.
Yeah. If the dragons didn't buff themselves, it'd probably be more worth it. But yeah.
The dragons weren't that much of a pain to take down.
That's what I
they-
think.
they were-
I think the 10 levels isn't that big a deal.
They were certainly on the squishy side.
True.
Especially
Yeah.
my first. Oh, who was the first dragon that I fought? Was it Skull? Skull Dragon
you
went down
skipped the one in
pretty hard.
Phoenix Cave, right?
Yes, I skipped Phoenix Cave. 'Cause
That was Ice Dragon.
Yeah, that was a really early check that I did, and I was still level 3 when I rolled in.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this one right now.
I believe it was the Schwantz. He went in there level 3 and he took that fight.
Yeah. Made
Fixed
quick work
Ice
of that Ice
Pulled
Dragon.
through for him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an awesome seed. There's a lot of variance between everyone's routes, their gear choices, everything. That was like peak Worlds Collide, I think. Really good. GG's.
Yeah, I am not surprised that I found as many characters as I did. That is just my general luck. Zelfer has his luck with the auction house. Mine is just finding excessive amounts of characters.
So every time we call that Jack's luck, huh? When you find 6, 7, 8, 9 characters in a row.
Yeah, Jexy luck. All the characters before I even found Lesper. I was also thrilled to find what was it? Kefka Narsh Lone Wolf check. Lone Wolf having the Illumina. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna grab the Illumina.
Oh,
You
yeah.
again were the only
Yeah.
one to do that. Everybody else went for the. It was an Esper. It was an Ifrit Esper. So.
Yes, and then after I got the sprint shoes, I just blasted into there and grabbed the Esper and rolled right out.
Yeah. Good stuff. I got nothing else. I think that seed mostly spoke for itself.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like
I mean,
a lot of
the
offense
end.
real fast.
The end was very interesting. You definitely were the last one to Kefka's tower. You did have the skip, but you were still quite a bit behind. So it was pretty awesome seeing you come back and get that second place win. Green Monkey was not that far behind, maybe 10 minutes behind, doesn't, but took an unfortunate Ultima to Kefka. So we'll have to ask him about that. But if you have anything else, Jex?
Thanks for having me on the restream and all that fun stuff. Viewers, give a follow to the restream team and the runners. And if you're new to Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide, come join the Discord.
Awesome.
Well
Thanks,
said.
Jex.
Take care, Jax.
Let's grab
GG's.
grab the Schwantz. Hey, the Schwantz GG.
Heyo.
Hey, hello. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Super, super close third place finish. It was a lot of fun watching us, watching you and Jex neck and neck there at the end there.
So we're gonna count frames? Is that how it's going? No, I'm just kidding.
We might need to, yeah, with as close as those two finish times are.
No,
Sure.
that's awesome. I'm glad it was a good race for the audience to watch for sure. I made a few pretty egregious, well, not really egregious, but definitely some time loss mistakes. I chose the Thunder Shield instead of the offering at the very beginning, and then of course
Yep.
I go to the shed and I see fixed dice, and I'm like, you know what? If I reset now and start over, I only lose a minute and a half, and I could gain so much time because with the
That's a lot of offense. Yeah.
right, and with the reward of you get sprint shoes for killing 3 dragons. I'm like, maybe halfway through the seed I'll kill the dragons, but then with fixed dice offering, I'm like, maybe I'll do them right now. So that's why I did Phoenix Cave so early. I probably could have killed the dragons even earlier than I did, but just the way I routed it, from place to place to place, just seemed like it was okay. And then I got to Narsh, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going all the way up here until I have those sprint shoes. So that's when I decided to kill my other two dragons. Also lost some time to try talk, which is embarrassing because I had the flame shield basically all seed, and the one person that I put on that side, of course, didn't learn it. And trying to do it with Strago when he kept getting rasped for like 100 MP when he only had 100 MP to begin with. I should have reset out of that way earlier than I did. And but yeah, I really like the sprint shoes. Does anybody play the Super Nintendo emulator on the phone, on mobile?
Yeah, I do.
So to me, it felt like if you were, how there's
Hit
like a
the
fast
fast
forward
forward
button?
button.
That's what it felt like. It felt like running with fast forward. So I was kind of used to the speed almost, right? Because
Yeah.
like I sometimes will play with fast forward on if I'm, just trying to make up time. So I really thought that was a cool idea. So thank you, Cabasiago, for coding that in. It's pretty awesome.
Yep. Seems like there's pretty good reception around it. Everyone likes it, mostly.
Zoomies. I could see how it could get a little like weird on your eyes because like there's a lot of twitchier movement,
Yeah.
like especially in some of the tighter corridors. But I did like it. So interesting seed. I'll have to go back and watch this one. But yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
I certainly wasn't gonna make up, what was it, 20 minutes that that Doesn't he beat us
Oh
by.
yeah. An interesting note is that Doesn't is the only character who did not kill a single dragon in this seed.
Well, he killed one.
Oh, he killed
went
one
to
right
Opera
before he
House
went into
just for
KT.
levels, right?
That's right.
Kefka, but
Yeah,
that's
he's
it.
the only
He
one that didn't
definitely
go
did
for the
not
sprint
go
shoes.
for the sprint shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Which may or may not have been the point of the seed, so I don't know if his
Right.
victory actually
Yeah.
counts.
Doesn't actually got
invalid.
fourth.
Didn't have.
Yep.
Actually got fourth.
Didn't have.
We've stripped his
sprint
title.
shoes. I was so over leveled killing those 3 dragons early though, so I could see why people like doing the early dragon play. I also couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do with my characters for most of the run. I did go and get that Illumina, that Lone Wolf drop, just because I was like, I'm not doing fixed dice offering the entire game. It's going to be super slow.
Good call.
So I wanted to get the Illumina. I wanted to get the Illumina for Locke, and then I did fixed dice offering on Realm anyway, and just basically used magic on her most of the time. And then magic power +2 Esper just buffed up my 2 shock users, and that was it. It was kind of straightforward, but I didn't know if that was going to be good end game. And then I think I found Fenrir in Ebbett's Rock, and I'm like, oh, maybe nobody goes and does this, so maybe I have an advantage there. But yeah, clearly not, because I still didn't get first or second.
Very, very close to getting second, though. Within a second.
For sure.
So
For sure. So sorry, I'm just kind of like talking over anybody.
you're doing fine.
Yeah. So if you guys have nothing else for me, I'll let you get to Green Monkey. But thank you to Brianna for restreaming, and you two for in the commentary. I don't know who's tracking tonight, but
It was Cat.
all right. Well, thank you, Kat, for tracking. Always appreciate the hard work behind the scenes as somebody who does do do the hard work sometimes. It's fun to watch these back. So I thank you all for volunteering to be a part of it, and we'll catch you next time.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right. Bye bye.
Take care.
Thanks, man.
Get that green money.
All right,
GGs.
Green Monkey.
Thanks, guys. What's going on?
So, how do you
Sounds
feel
so
about that
sad.
Kefka fight?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like I was those sprint shoes like change your whole brain waves. I don't know.
Yeah.
My brain was moving a mile a minute. I feel like I was like I drank like a million cups of coffee or something.
Some checks you'd normally avoid don't sound as bad when you're cruising that fast.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, jumping up to Mog's check or whatever.
See, you say it's the coffee and the sprint shoes. I just thought it was pure hubris why you swung at Kefka. So,
So I literally, and I think it was because my brain was like moving. Like I thought I had waited like I wasn't counting damage and thought I had waited like a long enough time for Goner. I was just like, man, there's no Goner.
Maybe he's
I
bugged.
guess I'm below the damage, so then I swung again and then he altered me. I was like, oh, I guess not.
Yeah,
Very
which I
unfortunate.
do have to admit that was my fault. So
Yeah, I
I know
actually
fully
felt
well
like
that there's a
little-
commentator's curse, and I was like, oh, I'll just say it. Green Monkey gonna get a sub 90, which is a great time. Should finish around 127.
That's right.
And
I
then,
felt something change in the air. It was like,
I'm sure you did.
The hair stood up on your arms.
yeah,
A little
yeah.
shiver. Yeah.
Thought I was possessed or something.
The term is hexed. You were hexed.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Hex Malone.
And
Mhm.
Hashtag
next,
blame Hash. It's all my fault.
then, hashtag blame Ash.
I
Started
almost felt terrible, but I was laughing too hard.
Yeah, I'm sure. But then like the second time up was, of course, as awful as possible. I didn't have any green cherries or remedies. Realm got
That was
like,
terrible.
got done in, so I just killed her, I guess. Which
So you
I think it was actually a
who was a
mistake,
lot
but-
more helpful, right?
yeah, Mara died instant. I mean, she would have been better just as an item user, I guess. But I couldn't look at her anymore. She was a
She was
reminder
a
of my
hideous looking
failures.
duck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had her kill herself too. You weren't even wasting any Ultima swings on that. So.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Or Illumina swings, I mean.
Yeah,
Cool.
but we got her down.
Alright, we had one other racer off stream. That was Dusk. He just finished with a official time of 151.18, so GG to him.
And with that,
Yeah, I see Ugg in the chat. He must have.
But
had a good
anyway,
time,
thanks
too.
Green Monkey. Almost a really good time. Instead you got
Yep.
a mediocre time. And it's all my fault.
that's
Thank
good
you.
stuff. Thanks for
Yeah.
racing.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
take care.
Thanks for the split shoes. See you.
Alright, I think we are going to raid somebody. I'm not sure. Hopefully some find Worlds Collide, not sure.
Cool. Yep.
But
Sounds like we're
thanks
going to
everybody
Flurry.
again. Want to thank the restreamer, Brianna, for jumping in and doing that, making this all possible. Kilbasiago for jumping in with me last minute to do chat, as well as follow our racers: Green Monkey, Schwantz, Doesn't, and Jexrock.
Bye, everyone. Take care.